What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from June 30th, 2020, and this will be your AEW Dark results with Excalibur and Taz as your commentators. They're in Jacksonville, Florida, at Daly's Place. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it, folks. Um, let's just make sure everything's all good first. By the looks of it, everything's all good. So let's get started here. So the opening show was Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler. They were talking, well, most likely arguing at each other. All of a sudden, we get to some staff lady from AEW walked up to them and said that they're gonna be in a tag team match, and Leva Bates was actually happy about that. She was, you know, hysteric about the whole situation. So the Young Bucks shows up and basically let them know that Cutler and Avalon will be teaming up against, obviously, against the Young Bucks. You know, and that was basically the gist of it. And we'll get to that once we get to the main event, because that ended up being the main event match, and we'll get to that main event match later on. Let me just do something here, folks, before I move on. All right. Hopefully that's still good. All right, never mind. I'll take care of that later then. Um, not important, but I digress. But anyways, so the show itself, the show opened up with Max Caster versus Sean Spears. Sean Spears being accompanied by Tully Blanchard. Match itself was pretty decent. Max Caster basically from Long Island, and his gimmick, don't really know much about his gimmick other than I guess he's supposed to be about music in a way because his tights was all about music, which is cool thing to see. But I want to know what there's more to it of that of what he's supposed to be. For me to really get behind him. As far as his wrestling was decent in the match against Sean Spears, and the end it was Sean Spears winning with the Death Valley Driver. Not much to say about that. So we get Pineapple Pete. He goes up against the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. Lance Archer basically attacked Pineapple Pete as he's making his way to the for the entrance way. And from there, Justin Roberts ends up leaving the ring. And by the way, Lance Archer is being accompanied by Jake the Snake Roberts. Now I need to talk about Justin Roberts because I didn't get to talk about this from the previous review, which against the AEW Dynamite. But Justin Roberts has also been accused of sexual allegations pertains to a minor, pertains to text message or whatever in a way, in a creepy way because Justin Roberts, we look at him, he is kind of creepy, and that's basically on that. But I don't know if AEW is in a full investigation about that whole thing. There has been and not been any words about that whatsoever from AEW pertains to their investigation or towards Justin Roberts of his actions from back from 2014, by the way, around the year that he was actually, you know, released by WEA at the time. But this happened, when he was working for WWE, but now he's in AEW, and I'm wondering if AEW has even done any full investigation about this whole situation. And I get that Josh Roberts is just a quiet, weird and strange commentator. I mean, ring announcer, excuse me, not commentator, ring announcer. I know that's Justin Robinson in a way. But no words whatsoever of his allegations about the whole situation. But I digress. We'll see if anything else comes out of it besides what happened for 2014. But the match itself between Lance Archer and Pineapple Pete. Obviously, Lance Archer wins, and not much to say about that. But the Pineapple Pete was showing a lot of heart and soul in this match. And at the same time, you had Joey Janela, who's at ringside, playing fan in the sections, front row. Lance Archer and Joey Janela have a little face to face in the way. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. When Pineapple Pete charged at Lance Archer before when Lance Archer was trying to get in the ring, Lance Archer got hit by Pineapple Pete, and then he bumped into Jake Roberts, and Jake Roberts took a bump. Yeah, basically Jake Roberts took a bump on the stairs. Basically on the 2-step stairs. That's part of the whole stage for AEW Dark. Well, let's just face it. It's part of the show in general. Doesn't matter if it's Dark or Dynamite. One moment, folks. All right, make sure everything's all good. But yeah, but the match itself, there's distractions in the way for Lance Archer because of the presence of George Janela because they're going to be having a match at Fighter Fest this coming week on Wednesdays, and that's what I will be covering up sometime this week. But yeah, match itself, like I said, Lance Archer, he won the match. Nothing new there, no surprise there, especially since the Pineapple Pete. So after the match, Lance Archer trying to kill Pineapple Pete even more, but then George Janela, for whatever reason, he got into a ring with a leaf blower, and this had Lance Archer fled away from George Janela, and as Archer's walking away, go up to Jake Roberts, George Janela is screaming at him, saying, "That bad boy never dies." And there you go. I don't know if I was Lance Archer, I would not be running away from any leaf blower, let alone George Janela. But at the same time, George Janela, he gets an A+ from me. He's my number one favorite now because of the whole thing where pertains to the whole Joy Ryan situation with the whole sexual allegations against him, which you be hearing more of that from my side of it when I get to the Impact Wrestling reviews of it as well. Basically, that will be for another video, not during AEW. But at the same time, I'm glad Joy Ryan is officially done with professional wrestling because of these sexual allegations that has been against him for what 16 allegations against him. Just saying, he got what he deserved, and George Janela basically called him out on that too. So yeah, thank God, and which is why George Janela will always be will be all right for me in my book. And plus, he's dating Brandy Lauren. So there you go. Brandy Lauren, who used to be called Ava Story from Impact Wrestling, and she's well known of having her best rivalry, her best feud with Shashi Blackheart from Evolve, which unfortunately Evolve has now been closed down. And luckily for WWE, they managed to pick them up off their what pertains to of their tapings. Basically pertains to their libraries. So anyways, that's not here or there. Griff Garrison versus Absolute Ricky Starks. And all I gotta say is this match was good. This singles match, incredible. Not trying to say it was the best match on the show, but it was good. I like how Griff Garrison is a good wrestler, and I always will praise Ricky Starks for being a great wrestler. So in the end, it was Ricky Starks winning with a spear, an incredible spear to say the least. And basically, Ricky Starks was dominating the match, but uh, Griff Garrison, he showed me something too in the match, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Ricky Starks he did win. After the match, Ricky Starks goes to the commentary table and asks himself, what's he? I guess he's gonna praise Taz. So he pulls out his fist, for looking for a fist bump. Excalibur was going for a fist bump, but then he's like, Ricky Starks was like, nope, not you, Taz. And then um, Ricky Starks walks away, and Taz is laughing at Excalibur, and Excalibur's like, uh, well, I was a fan of Ricky Starks, and I'm like, yeah, come on, you still are. But anyways, but yeah, that was hilarious though. Uh, Brady Pierce versus Scorpio Sky, and all I gotta say is Scorpio Sky from FCU, by the way, he's got a new theme music, and I'm assuming it's called. I'm trying to remember how it was called. Oh yeah, it's called "Reach for the Sky," and basically it's a rap song of "Reach to the Sky." I mean, "Reach for the Sky." Excuse me. And I liked it. And on top of that, it was more like rap, DJ, hip hop, all into one, and it was great. I loved it. So yeah, they're really pushing Scorpio Sky as a singles wrestler, and his new theme music, is is proven of otherwise. I mean, it's proven, um, you know, AEW's point about they're serious about pushing Scorpio Sky as a singles wrestler. And basically, what I was going to say is, anyone who had any doubts about Scorpio Sky, this proves otherwise. For those who doesn't watch AEW Dark, which I don't understand why it's just even showcasing on AEW Dark when it should be showcasing on Dynamite. But that's neither here or there. Um, but nevertheless, match itself was decent. Scorpio Sky looked good as always. In the end, Scorpio Sky, obviously he wins. He won with the swing shot cutter and gets the win. And that was it. The sky is the limit for Scorpio Sky, and his opponents will have no choice but to reach for the sky. Just saying. And yes, that is sound corny, but whatever. Right. Kylan K. I had her name right before. Kylan King. Okay, yeah, Kylan King and Skylar Moore. A heel women's tag team against half face tag team and half heel tag team. Rotates to with actually I don't know what I'm trying to say here, folks. I guess I was trying to say something clever here, and it didn't come out well. So basically, it's Ali and Brandy Rose, and then quote basically just Justin Roberts was told they had to be announced as the Natural Sisters or the Nightmare Sisters, something like that. So Brandy Rose goes to you know Justin Roberts and said, "We're not we're not the Nightmare Sisters. We're not sisters, and we're not a tag team." And that was it. I did enjoy that part though. When she said that, but Yeah, the Nightmare Sisters. Yeah, I'm not. It, that better not be. That better not be. They better not go with this whole Nightmare Sisters tag team thing. I don't mind them being a tag team. Basically, what pertains to the whole thing with Ali, about Ocean, QT Marshall, well. Meanwhile, she got a picture of QT Marshall. I'm assuming it was a picture of QT Marshall. Yeah, it was. And Ali was showing it on basically on the show, and it says "Good luck, Ali." Basically, it's telling us that QT Marshall is wishing Ali good luck. I'm assuming, and good on Excalibur on commentary for announcing and not announcing but mentioning that QT Marshall has been ex, has been exposed to someone who had COVID-19. See, unlike WWE, AEW will will tell us about the situation that we're in right now instead of WWE just saying, well, due to the situation, you know, we're doing this, we're doing that. Instead, announcing and talking about the situation that's causing this problem in 2019. I mean, in 2020, excuse me. Actually, I kind of wish we would go back to time to 2019. That way, yeah, Donald Trump, that dumbass, would have done something to prevent COVID-19 from coming to 2020. But I digress. Anyways, the tag team match itself. By the way, Ali and Brandy Rose were being covered by Dustin Rose. So Ali is a heel, Brandy Rose is a face, and they go up against a heel tag team. And Kylan King and Skylar Moore. And Brandy Rose was wrestling first, and she was sloppy. She was being carried by Kylan King. Ali tacked herself into the match, where she took control, and then Brandy Rose tacked herself into the match. Basically, they were not working together as a team. Brandy Rose was getting her ass kicked off most of the match until she made some comeback, and I thought, well, with her comeback that she mountain, I thought it was decent. And also, she also does the stunner, which I thought was a good stunner. This ain't the second. I mean, this ain't the first time. I meant to say, excuse me, that she's done the stunner. She done a stunner before, and then it always looked. I always thought it looked decent with her stunner. So I guess you could say, well, what chance of her stunner is a better looking stunner than John Cena back in 2015. I'm just saying. Um, in the end, so yeah, basically, a tag was made for Ali. Ali was only on Scarlett Moore and on Kylan King. In the end, it was Ali going for like a elbow, basically like the final cut onto Scarlett Moore, and then she gives the tag to Brandy Rose to get the pinfall for the team, and Brandy Rose got the pin and the win. So yeah, your winners are. Again, they better not go for this name. It's a turbo. It's a turbo name, but the winners are the Nightmare Sisters of Brandy Rose and Ali. And again, they better not go with this name. They should not even have a name because it's like Brandy Rose said, they're not a tag team. But Brandy Rose was surprised that Ali allowed her to get the pinfall. Um and and that was it. You know, maybe they in a way that they can trust Ali. But then again, if they start trusting her too much, um they'll fall right into a trap. Well, I digress. It just depends how the story has an end game into it. But anyways, we get to Fuego del Sol and Low Rider. Yeah, Low Rider is the luchador name, who's not wearing a mask by the way. But Hugo Del Sol is wearing a mask. Basically, it's a luchador team, and they go up against the Butcher and the Blade, and the Butcher and the Blade were dominant in this tag team match, and the Butcher and the Blade win. And by the way, most both of Butcher and the Blade were being reckless in this match too. By the way, especially the Blade, but I guess that's supposed to be their stick. You know, since they're being a brawler tag team. But the Butcher and the Blade wins by submission, and there you go. Main event time. Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon being accompanied by Leva Bates going up against Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. And this tag team match, they put on a clinic. This was a great tag team match on AEW Dark. The best match on the show here, besides Griff Garrison versus Ricky Starks. It really made Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon working like a tag team here. And on top of that, they did the um the double team you know bicycle kick move uh from Rush Hour of Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. They Brandon Cutler and um Peter Avalon, they both did that. I'm like, wow, that was good. That was good. Basically, they were kicking on Young Bucks' ass, in this one. Leva Bates had a little distraction from here and there, but um besides that, this match was good. Obviously, in the end, the Young Bucks won. They beat Peter Avalon when they hit him with the BET. I mean the BET. I mean the BTE. Excuse me, the BTE trigger, which being the elite trigger, and the match was over. And then the Young Bucks had Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler, in the middle of the ring to shake hands, and they did, but they still had that that whole um spirit of competition of someday maybe one will get a win in the future on their AEW records, whatever, you know. But in the way it was done, it was good. So I guess Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler are back to being a tag team. After they came so close, where they were working well as a team, and they could have beaten one of the best tag teams in pro wrestling right now, in the Young Bucks. Amazing, incredible. All right, making sure everything's all good. Oh man, it would have been worse if it wasn't so good. Uh, but somebody may not know what I'm talking about. But for those who saw my other review of AEW, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So I guess it was 7 matches on here. Yeah, 7 matches. Wow. Because last time it was about what 11 matches, which is crazy. But then again, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, so. But yeah, man, this incredible. So yeah, it was 7 matches here. My overall show for the show for AW Dark from June 30th, 2020 for this All Elite Wrestling review. I'm gonna give this show a 8.5 out of 10. And there you go. Alamura is just one of those times I give the show a higher grade, where it tends to AW Dark. Maybe haven't done it in a while. or recently, should, in fact, in a while. So I can't say recently, you know. But anyways, yeah. But it's about eight, yeah, 8.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it. Very, very good show. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. For this Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your All Elite Wrestling review of just giving you AEW Dark results from June 30th, 2020. Until next time, folks, which, the next review will be about AEW Dynamite Presents Fighter Fest 2020 Event 1. And we haven't gotten to AEW Dark yet, but pertains to the July 7th, 2020 edition, which that's gonna be something for me to talk about as well, which pertains to who's gonna be on that show. I can't wait to talk about him when we get to that point. But until that time, folks, and also we're until we get to also as well, which pertains to for Fighter Fest 2020 review for not just for event 1, but also for event 2. You all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself for everything that's going on in the world right now. And I will see you all next time. Later, this week we're chance to All Elite Wrestling reviews. So I am out. Ta-ta for now.